before I started. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Sound test to make sure that you all can hear me loud and clear. Just to do a sound test. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know. I just want to make sure that this thing is working well. Oh yeah. Okay. Now how do I turn this volume up? Okay. Yes. Zeph, good to see you. Okay. Sean, good to see you. How's my sound? Okay. And the visual? Good. Okay. Joyce, good. Loud and clear. Very good. Okay. Colin, good to see you. Zen, good to see you. No, Desmond is not here. She's in the other part of Europe. Loud and clear. Very good. Good evening, everybody. Those who come in, just give a like. And those who have never hit subscribe, hit a subscribe. Okay. This will go very far in helping me to promote. Yeah. Okay. Good evening. Loud and clear. Right. I know I haven't gone live for quite a few days. I've been really shit busy. And just now, when I was about to go live, you won't believe it. When I was about to go live, there was a hailstorm, hailstorm. The, you know, really ice, really ice, snow, no, ice, not snow, ice fell from the sky, right? Maybe about so big, but when they fall down from the heavens and they drop down here is really dangerous. So, not that I was being hit, but more importantly is that the base stations were hit and some of them got damaged. So I couldn't go live just now. I think they managed to repair the base station or just restored it. So thank God, so I could go live now. Let's hope that it's not fragile. Okay, Angela, good to see you. Those who have just came in, all give a like, please. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I managed to I managed to start my live stream. Okay, I have a video in the description box. Okay, of the hailstorm. Okay, I went out and was a little bit playful. Okay, you can go in and take a look. Okay, so in the description, just click on description. Okay, so today I want to talk about a very interesting topic. Okay, the topic is actually evolved from a few topics, right? So generally, a few people wrote to, can you sit slightly lower? Can't see my hair. Okay, this is the, okay. How about that? Right, how about that? Okay, looks good now. How's my hair doing? Okay, that's my number one question. How's my hair doing? Okay, my hair okay, growing well. It's not perfect, but I think okay. Still think good to see you too. Ah, okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Uh, so my hair is growing. Wow, good to see that. Hey, wow, painful and a lot of money, man. So I don't spend a hell lot on things, but I don't spend a hell lot of things, but this one I do spend some money on. So and there's a lot of pain, right? Freaking 7 hours of surgery plus hell of pain for a few days. So I wanted to make sure that all is okay. Look properly fertilized. You look younger. Yeah, I actually, sorry, I'll gossip a little bit before we start. Okay, the young part has a lot to do with the skincare plus the slimming down. Okay, and things like that. Yes. So Endowers just hit 1 billion. Yes, I wrote to the CEO, Greg, to congratulate him. His message was, thanks, Lou. You have been a great help to us. Yeah. So I said, happy to be a part of your growth, right? So anyway, it was a yeah. So we have a few exchange. So he's a great guy. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Need to change my glasses. Quite too old looking, is it? it's it's actually I don't want to have such expensive glasses. I'll be frank with you. These are Gucci glasses now. Mr. Lu don't buy the expensive shit. The reason why I use a Gucci glass is because I was in I was in Europe in the outlet when suddenly my specs broke. At that point of time, you're stuck. What else can you do? You need a specs urgently, right? So I headed over to the nearest spectacle shop I can find, and walao, this thing cost a bomb, man. Yeah. Okay. But fortunately, it lasts for a few. Yeah, it lasts for a few years already. Are you in a boutique shop? Yes, I am. Okay. Yes. This anybody recognize this shop? Okay. Anybody recognize this shop? Okay. Before I start on my talk, anybody recognize the brand? Okay. Those from what Premium Mall should. should recognize the logos and things like that. Okay. Yes. I'm sure Siu Ting will be able to understand. Okay. But let's start on the, hey, very good. How many people can guess? Okay. So one person have made a guess. Okay. It's a sheet of glass can conceal more current chip. Yeah. Anyway, will endow us any more thank you gift. Hi, Mr. Lu Avi. No, whenever we have any events, I ask them, they straight away supply me with gifts like the last event that we had, right? So very good already. All right, cool. Let's start, shall we? So today the topic is on one word, regrets. Okay, and this topic is evolved from a few questions. A lot of people say, Mr. Lu, your life seems so perfect. It seems so perfect. Have you ever had downtime in your life, right? So the other question that was evolved is, Mr. Lu, what do you think a person should do in his 20s, in 30s, in 40s, and 50s? So I kind of committed all this, amalgamate all this into one topic called regrets. Okay. As much as I talk about regrets, I also talk about things. So I want to look back. Okay. Uh, I want to look back in my life and tell you what are the regrets. So I was writing down some of the regrets. How many of you have no regrets in your life? A lot of successful people say, I never have any regrets in my life. Rubbish. I was compiling regrets. Wow, so many. Okay, so many regrets, right? So, but I think those regrets are very important. I would like to share openly my regrets to you so that you know you may not need to learn, need to repeat those mistakes. Okay, and also those regrets were made over different years. So because they are made over different years or different phase of my life, that's very good. Okay, for people who are now much younger than me, you don't need to make those mistakes. Now the reason why I don't try to pretend that I'm some super guru, that answer the question what a person should do in his 20s, 30s, 40s, that kind of thing, because this is my life. I cannot prescribe what is suitable for you, but what is suitable for me, right? Um, so anyway, back to yeah. So these are all financial regrets, generally financial regrets, okay? Financial regrets, and it will help you in your path of learning so that when you do investment, when you make money, work whatsoever, you don't make those mistakes, okay? In short, if you don't make those mistakes, if I have not made those mistakes, I would have been a much, much more successful person. Okay, thanks, Atan. Yes, for hitting like. So everybody, please say like. So these are a bit personal, but I thought, okay. So uh, in fact, my list of regrets so much, that then I realized that I got to shorten it. If not, I can talk until tonight. So Mr. Lu's life is not very. Mr. Lu's life is not so it's not so smooth sailing. Okay. There's one big episode in my life I talk about, which is the 1997 Asia financial crisis that hit me very hard. Okay. Those, that one, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay. Yeah. So I will go down, and these are not necessarily in importance, but more importantly is I want to show you my regrets. Okay. And what I did right only got 3 or 4 or 5 points only. So you can see that, if you consider my life quite okay, it's okay to make shitload of mistakes, as long as you make some very right decisions in your life. Agree with me? Agree, click like, okay? Most of you are in your 40s or 50s. You've gone through life and you realize that is probably true, right? That is probably true, right? So anyway, let's go through a few of them, okay? I think the first regret I want to talk about is that I actually, you know, didn't when I was young, especially in my 20s, I did not realize that discovering your strength, your passions, okay, and even your weaknesses is so important. Okay, discovering your strength, passions, and weaknesses are so important. Someone can write down so that when you compile a list, okay, when you are in your early part of life, had I tried to pursue what my strengths are, my passions are, and discover what my weaknesses are, I would have been a much, much richer person than who I am today. Then I won't waste my time doing rubbish work, which I'm totally not suitable. I won't chase blindly corporate ladders and so on, right? So And that's very important. Like, so every one of every I look back my life and had I started as an entrepreneur early, right? This has been my passion, right? Have I got the guts to do it and things like that? No, my life would be much better. But I know some of you are good in certain things, have a passion for certain things, but because your life started in certain area, you're stuck in the area. Yeah. Thanks, Russell. Discovery of your strength, weaknesses, and passion in my 20s, maybe in my early 30s are extremely important, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I took a long time to realize how important those things are to make your life successful. Okay, very, very important. The other thing are all linked together. Okay, I was working in a corporate life, and I felt that my life is revolving around. And many of you, I worked in Singtel for 20 over years. That my life revolved in Singtel. My CEO is my emperor. For example, that kind of feeling, right? And like that we are all chasing corporate ladders. Wow, I get damn freaking envy and jealous when my colleagues are ahead of me, and I get them sense of achievement when I get promoted. That kind of thing. When I get an increment of $500, $1,000, bonuses. I kid you not, there was one point in my life, my bonus was 8 months. 8 months, no kidding. That was of course long time ago. 8 months bonus. I was like, wow, you know, Lu Ching you're so good, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Actually, now looking back, you know. So what I want to share with you is that one of my biggest regret was to to actually thought that my world revolved around my company. Okay, and I blindly follow societal norms and corporate norms. That's a huge regret. I should have done that. If, if I should have realized that I was not suitable to chase corporate ladders. I was, I was, I would have set free. I would live happier. My blood pressure, no, not, I never had blood pressure problem. I would live happier. I'll be more joyful. My life will be less stressed. I'll be, totally a different person, right? So yeah, so I really thought that that's extremely important that when I work in a company and when some of you work in a company, your world is not a company. The world out there is so much bigger, so much freaking bigger, a lot bigger, right? Don't confine yourself. don't don't confine don't confine yourself to a life. Sorry, there was a there was a Ferragamo colleague just came and give me a fist bump. He agreed with me. When you work in a company, don't think that your world revolve around your company, right? The world out there is so much bigger than a company. I don't care you work for a biggest company, you work for Tesla, work for Facebook, work for Singtel, DBS, whatsoever. They are very, very small compared to the world out there. Unfortunately, I did not go and explore the world. I only stayed in the sure. So I became what the Chinese call 井底之蛙. It's really a frog in a well. It's such a big regret in my life. Only in my early 40s, then I step out. Wow, that was can you imagine how many years were lost? That's why in my as early as possible, I push my kids out there to go and explore all different things, right? Okay, so so I think that so those are regrets in my life. No, but it's okay. Now what I want to share, of course, later is what I've done right. Okay, but those. So I share with you all these things so that those younger audience, you may want to explore, not to repeat some of my mistakes, right? But for sure, I can say prescriptively that the world is much bigger than your company, right? So don't be like me having this regret. I wasted 20 years of my life just looking at one company. And already it's a big company. Yeah. The other huge regret I have, okay, is that I did not have a good mentor in business, in life. I did have a financial mentor, okay, but they have a financial mentor, and that was life changing, freaking life changing. If I've not met So Chin Hing, which was the ex-deputy CEO of CPF board, my life would be different. But because I did not have a good life mentor, I did not have a good business mentor. Okay, that part of my life, did not progress really very well. Okay, but because I have a great financial mentor, that part of my life totally changed, right? Totally changed, right? In dollar terms and in joy terms, right? But anyway, but unfortunately, this is where I want to say I used to think that the best people that can give me advice is my boss, my manager, my bosses, my CEO, whatever. They can give you great advice. They are your best mentor. How many of you realize that that's a huge mistake? Okay, let me say it. Okay, your boss is not your best mentor. Your boss is not. Do you know why your boss is not? Who agree my statement? Your boss is not a best mentor. Okay, if you agree, say me, me, me. Your boss is not a best mentor because he's conflicted. His interest is you work damn shit hard for him. When he give you an advice, okay, when you give him an advice, okay, it's because he wants you to work hard for him. He cannot give you the best advice. He cannot be a life mentor, he cannot be a big mentor, right? He cannot. He's conflicted. It's just like a financial advisor, insurance agent. They cannot be your best financial advisor, right? Because they're selling things to you. They make money from what you buy. They're conflicted. Once a person is conflicted, they cannot. Yeah, they cannot be your advisor. Just like I've been pushing. No, I've been telling people that I invest a lot in Endowus, and I think Endowus is a great company for S&P 500 investment. But because I got no stake in Endowus, okay, therefore when I say that I'm not conflicted, I didn't get a single cent from them, and the chairman still owe me a Char Siu fund. He haven't paid me yet. I never forget the Char Siu fund. Okay, the CEO didn't owe me anything. But my point is that once you're conflicted, when you're conflicted, okay, conflicted, right? Of course, there are open-minded managers that tell people, but generally it's conflicted. But in my life, I found out that, in my life, I found that, wow, I have huge regret listening to my bosses as a, as a life and business mentor. Now, don't get me wrong, I have great bosses, okay? But you cannot take them as a mentor. You can take them as a manager, okay? It's very different, right? So there's one thing I wanted to say is that there's one huge regret that I have in my life is not training myself in sales enough. Okay, in the early years, I became a good salesperson in the later years. But in the early years, I was in corporate affairs, I was in finance, I was in strategy and so on. Right? I was never in the selling part. Selling skill is damn shit important, and I regretted wasting at least 15 years of my life not selling. Okay, I want to tell you that the huge regret in my life, I pick up selling so late. Today I don't have an issue, right? The skin is damn thick, and I know what I can sell. I have to be genuine and things like that, to the customer whatsoever. Okay, but selling skill is damn important. Okay, for me, right? Had I looked back in my life, had I learned how to do selling, life would have been a lot different. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was too afraid, too scared, right? Who's afraid of sales? Okay, who's not in sales and very afraid of sales, right? Sales is one of the worst, most scary thing, right? To face the customer, to face rejection or whatever. Sales job is a huge. So these are some of my regrets, okay, and that's not all. One of my biggest financial mistakes is to bet on Singapore shares. Okay, is to bet on Singapore shares. STI, Singtel, SBH. I don't know, a hell of shares. Let me say, okay, there's I've at least I don't know $700,000 or $800,000 into Singapore shares at a very young age. A lot of people lost a humongous amount of shares in SIA, in in SIA and in Singapore Press Holding, in some of the other jobs, sorry, the other companies, Singtel. telcos whatsoever. STI, STI index what I really, when I tell people that, that please don't go and buy STI index. He has never, recovered his 2007 performance. I get a lot of debates here and there. Oh, Singapore company is very good, very good, very good. Yeah, to hell with it, okay? So yes, is it possible to find some companies in the whole universe of the SGX stock exchange and pick some gem out? Yes, but you must be damn good lah. Yeah, but majority of them is bad. Is so bad. Yeah, is so bad. Okay. Some people say, oh, the dividends very good, right? You try taking Singtel, you try taking SPH and see whether they give you they are when their capital loss comes down, you take 50 years also cannot get back that kind of dividend. You have 50 years also cannot get back that kind of losses. Okay. It's a huge regret in my life, huge regret in my life. Okay. So I make hell of regrets on that thing. I also missed out in a hell lot of investment opportunity. Right? I don't know whether you have heard. There's so many investment opportunity that could have, that I've missed out. They are the mistakes of omission. These are the words of Warren Buffett. Because I did not make those investments, I didn't. I had the opportunity to be investor number one for Carousel. I didn't. Right? They were working in my office, working so close together. It's a big mistake, and there's a lot of opportunity came up. I was so close in investing in CV. Then Steve Jobs got it right. So there's a lot of regrets in my life, especially in this area. So many of them, right? So don't think that Mr. Lu's life is smooth sailing. I'm only talking about financial regrets. Okay, financial regrets so far. There's really so many. Actually, there's more lah, but you know, there's a lot of mistakes I made, lost a lot of money. I haven't even talked about the biggest one, which is Asia financial crisis, right? Linked to that is my personal life. I think I really didn't really, biggest regret is I didn't have the courage to go ask for help and advice. Yeah, maybe too sure about myself and thought that nobody will help me and things like that, right? That's the big regret in my life when I look back. Nowadays I get my kids, go out please, can't go and ask for help. You ask 10%, just as long as one person come back to you for help. It's amazing. So today, if you go to 165 group, occasionally I'll ask for help for anything. Right? My life is so simple. We're too afraid to try, too afraid to ask for help. Right? That's another thing. And linked to that is I was too chicken when I was young. Okay, too chicken when I was young. How many of you make this mistake? Please say me, me, me. Give a like, everybody. You're too afraid to try, too afraid to step out, too much consideration, 生个了, too much calculation, too much consideration. What if, what if, what if, what if? If it is you, you know, click a like and say me, 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 right? You considered too much. You did not take, you're too afraid, what if, what if, what if, what if, right? What if I do this? What if I that? How many of you have, what worry about what your parents will say, worry about what your spouse will say, what your friends will say, what the world look at you as ever. You know what? Now I live back and look at it and say, nobody give a shit about you. They don't have a time to think about you. They have their own trouble, their own life. They won't even have time to look at you. Yeah. So step out, right? So so these are there's so many regrets in my life. I could go on and on and on and on, but it's a shit long list, right? So so but you know what? Let me talk about the things that done right, okay? And when I try to squeeze out things that done right, I only cannot think of much. Yeah, I can think of a few. Okay, let me tell you what things I've done right. Okay, and this one a bit of luck. Okay, I was mentored by a damn good financial mentor. I talk about that already. Mr. So Chin Hing, life changing. Was mentored by a good financial mentor. He changed my life. Yeah. That's why I encourage everybody to get a damn good financial mentor, right? Of course, someone nowadays I hands up full already. Got people write to me, Mr. Lu, I want you a mentor. What are you doing? You first tell me what you can do for me first. All right. They say, oh, Mr. Lu, I want you to learn this from me. That's it. Okay, why should I spend the time helping you when my life is so my life is so overwhelmed already. But anyway, but I created platforms and opportunity for you all to be mentored, right? In YouTube, I personally take charge. And in Telegram, right? You know, you have got so many community experts there to teach you. The second thing I did, right, was to form my financial safety net with 1N65. That is damn life changing, you know. Because I secured that really, with my $1 million towards the CPF retirement, I dare to take a hell lot more risk in my later part of my life. Okay. So that part, you know, forming a financial safety net in my CPF was a great decision. Okay, great decision. So actually that was that was my second thing I did right. The third thing is that when I went to Stanford University, and that wasn't really for that was really more like a for to run away from work and have holiday. But when I was at Stanford University, I discovered the concept of passion, okay, passions, and how passion is important and actively pursued it. And then I realized that I really want to be an entrepreneur. And I took the courage to step out and say, I really want to be an entrepreneur. And I actively pursued it. I became an entrepreneur at 42. It's very late, really, very late. But I only discovered my passion around 39, 40 years old. Okay, 39 years old, 40 years old. So it was late, but I did not. I, it's better that I discovered it late than never, right? So actually, looking back, I only did three things right. I got a good financial mentor, I built my financial safety net, and I discovered my passion and pursued it. I got like 10, 15 regrets of my life. I only did three things which I considered right. That's all. That's all. And that was really life changing. What I want to share with everybody is, you know, there's no point keeping score of all your regrets, which I didn't really do until today because of my viewer. What I want to encourage everybody is what is not so important are those regrets and mistakes you made in your life. What is more important is to have the courage to pursue what is right. Okay? All you need is to do a few things right and it will outshine all your mistakes in your life. Okay? That's the encouragement I want to give everybody. Have the guts, have the passion to step up and try. That's extremely important. That's much more important than me telling you, oh, this is the right time to invest in S&P 500. Oh, this is the right time. Oh, no, inflation is coming down. Inflation is going up. You know, that kind of thing. Those are, a lot of you like to listen to that kind of thing. Yes. But I thought that these soft factors are even more important, okay, for you to change your life. Okay. Yeah. I hope that you agree with it. Of course, there's one or two more things that are not financially related. You know, I didn't take care of my health for I don't know until so I only took care of my health for the last 2 years. Okay, slim down. Oh, I don't know. I told you before. I hit 71 kilogram from 90 kilogram. Now I hit 71 kilogram. I was like, you know, huge achievement in my life. Okay, of course, you know, have a bit more hair and look a little bit younger from all that. That's something I think I did right for my life. Yes. Okay. So let's have some comments, shall we? I'm very happy to share with you some of to discuss some of my personal life in this aspect on regrets and successes. Let's have some quick discussion on this. Okay. What do you think one should try multi-level marketing? Multi-level marketing is a sales job. Yeah, go ahead and try. As long as you're not selling some bullshit product or some you know conmanship product, I think it's perfectly fine. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you only need to do a few things right in life. You know that will outshine. And I think it was Warren. No, it was Charlie Munger who said that in Berkshire Hathaway, they invest in so many things, but it was that few things that did right. Okay, that their record was very bad in number of accounts, but that few things that did right, okay, helped them and took them off. Right? Yeah, they were early investors in Coca-Cola. They invested in Apple. Yeah. Okay. Is 34 years old too late for changing industry? I changed when I was in my 40s. What are you talking about? I changed when I'm in my 40s, you know. Yes. Apart from working intermittent fasting, I've stayed on fast food and unhealthy food. The last 1 week, I keep eating McDonald's. Okay. There's one simple reason. Cannot find food here. So I bo pian. But I try not to eat too much carbohydrate. Yeah. Carbohydrate is deadly. Yeah, deadly. Okay. Yes. Hmm. Uh, so any other? Yeah. How can it be Mr. Lu's famous foodie? What? Eat McDonald's because there is no food here. Yeah, in this 鸟不生蛋的地方, you know, just cannot find good food here. So LL, you know, yeah, char kway teow pork lard, I love that. But I'm in Europe, so I love to, but I cannot find. Yeah. Mm. So, how many of you have a lot of regrets in your life? Okay, how many of you don't have the courage to step out and pursue your life passion? How many of you have not found a good mentor in your life? You know, start making those changes. You only need to do a few things right, okay, and you will succeed. If I can only say one thing to my old self, what would it be? I just said it right, you know. I cannot say one thing that, you know, really. If I were to turn back my clock, if I were to turn back my clock, I will actually, you know, those regrets, I will do the opposite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do the opposite. When you say you walk 15 kilometers a day, is it one short walk? No, no, no. I actually break it up to 2 to 3 walks. Yeah. Even now, you know, yesterday I walked 14 kilometers. Okay. Yeah. Even now, I break up into 2 walks. Yes. Should invest in government treasury instead of pumping more money in stock market at this point of time. No right or wrong. I cannot tell you this point of time. Right? Stock market is pukau putih, you know. Stock market should invested long time ago. Treasury is government treasury means Singapore government and US government is a world of difference. Okay, I think Singapore government treasury a bit safer. Mr. Lu married right. I didn't talk about that thing. But let me say, okay, I know I asked this question, but I just love to ask this question. How many of you agree with me? Marrying right will determine 90% of your life success. How many of you agree with me? Okay, I would say 90. Some people will say 120. If you if you know you got to if you marry right, it will determine 90% of your life success. Okay. Yeah. 90 Jennifer, good to see you. Okay. 90% of life success. Maybe even more. Yeah, 90. I used to think 80. No, I actually up there, 90% of life success. Especially the reverse. If you marry someone wrong, then 100% of life is ruined. Who agree with me on this one? Okay. If you marry someone wrong, 100% of life is gone. That no matter how successful you are and everything, you marry someone wrong, you're gone. Okay. Really, yeah. Sometimes the person you marry change, yes, but that is very, very rare. Okay. Uh, okay. I agree someone wrong, but yeah. So I say actually it's two separate things. Marry someone, marry the right person determines 90% of life success. If you marry someone wrong, yeah, you know, uh, your life is ruined. 120% agree. Esther said, your life and the people around you all suffer. Yeah, okay. I've seen that so many times. I've seen it so many times. I got relatives who marry someone wrong. They even paid with their, they even, they even paid the mistake with their lives. You know, they actually died from it. Yeah, died from it. At least two relatives I know died because their spouses were gamblers and ruined their life. They become so badly, their life is ruined and eventually pass away. Yeah, from cancer. Yeah, so you know, this one you must tell kids again and again, drum into them. Wrong out. Don't rush into a marriage. Yeah, don't rush into it. This one fact is extremely important. Okay. Yeah. You can marry the rich person or poor person, doesn't matter. It must be the right person. Okay, right person. Okay. I regret not finding Mr. Lu's secret early. Not too late, never too late. Okay. What's the easiest way to learn financial knowledge? Mr. Lu is as much as he's trying to share with everybody. I'm not 100%, but I'm very, very open in sharing my financial knowledge really. Yeah. And I know it's a hell lot of messages, but my 1M65 Telegram group, you can look for 1M65 1M65 Singapore. There's a lot of community expert there. Can marry okay or right, cannot marry wrong. Wrong is 100% true. Right is 90% success. Maybe you're absolutely right. How do you make sure you are the right person and not turn into the wrong person within a marriage? Wow, that's a tough one. Okay, so I can only say this. Okay, gamblers don't marry. People, okay, people with shit temper don't marry. Okay, people who are rude to their parents, rude to other people, but very nice to you, don't believe them. That will become yours. People who are dishonest, don't get close to them. People who are alcoholic, drinkers, don't go near them. Right? Yeah. So, yeah. Is it too late for those in retirement age to do what? Okay. I think Mr. Lu can publish a book to waken people up. I don't have time, but I can do this thing. I write a book that takes too damn long a time. I know a divorcee who became stronger and became successful, and people after that brought up good children, invested as well with a supportive community. Just see, for every one divorcee that has become better, there are 8 to 9 of them that are terribly rude. Yeah, they're terribly rude. I'm not saying all, but many of them. Okay. Uh, got no more people like that, Mr. Lee. No lah, that's not true. Okay, yeah. But I like to think that I've raised my kids in a good way. Okay. I know my son is a very good gentleman. Any of you got good daughters to Kai Xiao? I think he's of age. Okay, he's dragging his feet in this area. Okay. Yes. Is it true some foreigners marry local for citizenship? I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. Terrible. Is it terrible if someone has only 2 years of full-time working experience at 33 when poly grads at the same age has 8 years of working experience? I can tell you it is not the years of working experience that matter. When I hire someone, okay, I look at fire in the belly. Okay. I look at drive, willingness to commit, sacrifice. Okay. And whether he's street smart or not, that kind of thing. So good attitude outweighs experience. You can be shit 50 years of experience, 100 years of experience, but bad attitude I also don't want. Yeah. Mr. Lu, what boutique am I in? You don't recognize that. This is Ferragamo, okay? The grey bag behind is really pretty. You should join us at Premium Mall channels, okay? Yeah, Premium Mall channels, okay? That's my wife's business. Yeah. Okay. So, last few days, last few days, I went to stay in a hotel room that has the bugs. Wow, kena chalat here. Can you see a kena chalat here? Okay. And then, kena chalat here. Okay. Inside here, I kena a few more bites here and things like that. Wow, kena them chalat. My wife got 15 bites. Even got bitten on the eyelid. Oh, it's terrible, man. What is worse is that we changed the hotel and we still got bitten, which means that bug has probably followed us. So I actually haven't figured out how to do it. Where is Premium Mall channel? Oh, you just go to Shopee and look for it. Premium Mall, Premiummall. Okay, yeah, Premium Mall, Mall. Okay, my wife and I run the business for 14 years already. Yes, got complain to the hotel. We run for our life. Yeah, complain. No use. Yeah, well, it's damn jialat, It's super jialat. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Lu, are you hiring good to be my boss and mentor? If you're willing to do sales job, I think Access Digital is hiring this. Access Digital is always trying to hire good salespeople. How to buy the collagen? I will try. I'm trying to get my Korean stuff to send some of these things over. Got anything on your cosmetic products? Okay, you know what I can do, and this is really kind of crossing the line, but anyway, I will do it anyway. One of the day, I will talk about nothing else but, you know, beauty and whatsoever, okay? Do check your own bags for big bucks, even your check. That's why I don't know how to check right now, I was like, it's like, so we thought, just gonna, put a heater and just heat up the whole thing. Yeah. Can share a bit of reason for sending your son to Israel for com science instead of local university? Oh, very simple. Okay. Okay. First of all, you gotta decide the question of whether local or overseas. Local universities, academic rigor, very high. In fact, overseas studies, academic rigor are not as high as Singapore. I will say this, I've studied in NUS, I studied in Stanford. You all must agree that Stanford is probably one of the top universities in the world, right? NUS, the academic rigor is a lot higher than Stanford. Yeah. But you learn other things, right? Other things in life that are more important than academic rigor. Here we focus so much on academic rigor. There, the community there is amazing, amazing, right? It drives you, impress upon you, the send fire into your bellies and things like that. So back to my son, he's really smart. Okay, he can go to, of course, anywhere. But I send him, I encourage him and send him to Israel, because Israel has one of the best com science study in the world, and I want him to learn from the best of the best. I want him to learn from a community where the Jews are Israelis are damn freaking smart. Yeah, I want to learn that kind of the attitude they have, the fire that you have, and all this. So yeah, so I'm sending him there for a reason. He's dragging his feet a little bit recently. Hopefully, he's not regretting. Yeah, I'm gonna heat up. I bought this heater that heat up the room. I'm gonna heat the whole thing and kill the damn bloody bugs that's killing me. Basket. Yeah. Okay. Um, the shoes is. I actually don't know what kind of bugs. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't even know what I'm looking for. What kind of insect are they? I don't know. Yeah. So them chalat. Yeah, them chalat. Okay. Um, any other comments? Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Is your son planning to specialize in data science, artificial intelligence? My daughter is going to study that. Emily is studying that. My son is going to study computer science and entrepreneurship, if I'm not wrong. But my son, I know he's like crazy about investment, algorithm-based investment. Yeah. When it's Endower stock, I haven't fixed up. I'll try. I think fix on the maybe the second or third week of no third week of April. Okay, I already third week April. Okay, cool. Okay, so I hope that I don't want to spend every talking about S&P 500, CPF, property, or whatever. I want to give a bit of education to widen a little bit, to share some of the softer things in life. And trust me, these softer things in life will help you make a hell of money and become more successful. Actually, all you need to do one thing, marry the right spouse. 80%, 90% of life is done. Okay. Yeah, of course, the other thing is also important. Okay. Cool. Thanks for joining me, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend and happy Easter to all the Christians. Okay. All right. Cool. Good night, everybody. Okay. Good night. Okay. Good night. Good night, everybody. Uh, all these new university courses, the name itself make me feel old and outdated. We got to catch up with time. All of us need to retrain. I'm retraining myself in big data and all this kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, good night, Esther, Maymin. Good night, Henry. Charles, thank you and good night to you too. Jiaming, good night. Zikun, good night to you. Muth, good night. Jason and Sean, good night to you. Sean, so I covered your topic, Sean. Okay. So QR, good night to you too. Okay. Good night. Yeah. Good night. Good night, Guan. Okay, good night. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate this. Okay. Happy Easter, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I bought a cream. Let's hope it works. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night. Okay.